Right, read.
الرحيم ولو كانت المحرمية بينهما بسبب الرضاع بندوا حرامة بنملك القدر من الرضاع حرم كما روينا من قبل ولا بأس بأن
Okay. So firstly, والقرابة محرمة للنكاح محرمة للقطع. Right? And the qarabat, which makes haram nikah, it is haram because it will break off relationships. So therefore, we can't get married to our sister or aunt or niece because the husband and wife always fights, right? And that if they fight now, you fight with your, you marry your aunt and you fight with her, and it causes a whole breakup of family ties. That's the reason, right? Right. ولو كانت المحرمية بينهما بسبب الرضاع تحرم لما روينا من قبل. And if they are mahram, but how are they mahram? Because of foster relationship, not nasabi hurmat now, radai hurmat. You understand? Then she will also become haram because of what we mentioned, narrated from before. يحرم من الرضاع ما يحرم من النسب. So even if so you get what is called a razai niece and a razai aunt. You can't gather between them two also. You understand it? Just as you can't gather between nasaban, you can't gather between them when they radaan. Right, read.
يجمع بين امرأة وأنفسهم زوج كان لها فرد. There is no son joining between a woman and the daughter of a husband which has from before.
Yeah. So there's no harm together between a woman and the daughter of her husband from before. You understand it? So in other words, a woman got married to this man, right? And then this man had a daughter, right? And after that, that woman got divorced from this man, right? Now you come in as a new person, you want to get married to that man's daughter and his former wife, you can gather between them two.
لا قرابة بينهما ولا رضاعة. So there isn't like any close relationship for them. No other
Yeah. لأنه لا قرابة بينه ولا رضاعة. There's no close relationship between them and there's no foster relationship between them. وقال زفر
قال الزفر لا يجوز لأن ابنة زوج لو قد ترك هذا ذكرا
لا يجوز له بامرأة أبيه. Okay, let I translate it for you. And Imam Zufar Rahmullah says, La yajuzu, right? It's not permissible. You can't do this. You can't gather between those two. Why? They say, لِأَنَّ إِبْنَةَ الزَّوْجِ, the daughter of the husband. So you've got this woman here, right? Who's married to this man here, right? And then you got, so he was married to this man. And you got this man's daughter here, those two, right? So you say, if you take the daughter of this man here, you make this this daughter here into a man. So it means the son of this man here now. So he's the son, right? He can't, if you make him a man, it's not permissible for him to marry the wife of his father. So you make him a man now. Then who is that woman there? That woman is the wife of his father. And you can't get married to your stepmother. You understand it? Right. Kulna. تزوج. Right. Kulna imra'atul abi. We say the wife of the father. So you got this man here right now. He's got his wife there. So if you make his wife a man, then you got two men here now. There's no relation between two men, right? So there's no husband-wife relation there, right? So you make the wife a man. If you imagine her to be a man, it's permissible for him to marry this man's daughter because now there's no relation between them two now. This will be a strange woman, this man's daughter now. This man will be a strange man to him, and that will be his daughter is also a stranger to him. Right. وَالشَّرْطُ
the condition is that from every
that must be imagined. Yeah, والشرط أن يصور ذلك من كل جانب. And the condition is that that must be imagined from every side. So you got, so basically from both sides. So just like we take again the aunt and the niece, right? Take the aunt and the niece example again. If you make the niece a nephew, you can't marry his aunt. If you make the aunt uncle, you can't marry his niece. So that's going to happen from, it's going to happen from both sides. So the Imam Zufar said, no, one side is sufficient. We say no, it needs to happen from both sides, and then only will it be haram.
ومن زنى بامرأة حرمت عليه أمها وبنتها. Whoever makes commits zina with a woman, her mother and her daughter become haram. وقال الشافعي الزنا لا يجب المحرم
لا يوجب مصاهرتي.
ومن شكر حكم الزنا it doesn't necessarily haram. The compatibility of relationship
of in-laws. Of in-laws, right? So woman zana bi imratin, whoever makes zina with a woman, harumat alayhi. So her usul, her mother and her daughter becomes haram upon him. Not only a mother and a daughter, but even a grandmother, great grandmother, and daughter, granddaughter going down, right? Becomes haram for him. Imam Shafi will say, "Zina la yujibu." Zina doesn't necessitate the hurmat of the in-laws. So he says, a man makes zina with a woman, that doesn't make the others haram. The usul and furu of that woman haram upon him, right? Why? لأنها فلا تنال. It cannot be achieved. Yeah. لأنها نعمة, because in-laws is a ni'mat. See, a man gets married, right? And now suddenly he's got another family. It's a ni'mat. In-laws is a ni'mat. He suddenly now got more families. He's got other, you understand it? So it's a ni'mat. So he says something that's a ni'mat, فَلَا تُنَالُ بِالْمَحْظُورِ, something that's a ni'mat cannot be achieved with something that is impermissible. Zina is impermissible. And now you saying, he said, Imam Shafi telling Ahnaf, you are saying this, these people become haram, like how in-laws become haram. You understand it? You're making them haram also. Whereas getting in-laws is a ni'mat and it can't be achieved with zina. You got that now? Moulana.
سبب الجنسية بواسطة الولد حتى يضاف إلى كل واحد منهما ثمنا. And what is the reason? The reason part of the reason
it is a reason for being a portion via the means of a child. So much so that the child is attributed completely. Right. We say now, وَلَنَا أَنَّ الْوَتْيَ سَبَبُ الْجُزْئِيَّةِ. When a man and a woman makes wati, it makes them part of one another. They become like they become into one another, right? They become part of. And how did they become part of one another? Because of the possibility of the child. The child is part of them, so the three of them become like one. You understand it? Right. So much so that the child is attributed to to both of them, totally. The child is said the child of the mother, child of the father, totally, right? فيصير. And her furu will be like, yeah, so her usul. So since they all became like one day, right? So it's now automatically her ascendants and descendants will become like his ascendants, because they became like one. You understand it? The opposite. That was his usul and his furu will become like her usul and her furu. Right. Now here's a qaida here. This is usul. To pleasure oneself with a portion of oneself. is haram. Therefore, masturbation is haram because you using a portion of your body, you pleasuring yourself. If your spouse pleasures you with a portion of your body, in other words, using a lump, then it's okay. But if you can't pleasure yourself with your own body, right? So it's haram now. So that's where the question comes about. Since they became Jews, so they should be haram for you. So they all infuse into one. So how can a husband and wife carry on? Because now they like making istimta with Jews. So they said, except in the place of necessity. And what is it? Wahil? And it is the mautua, the one that you made wati with. Although she became your Jews, you're still allowed to pleasure yourself with her.
محرما من حيث انه سر الولد لا من حيث انه الزنا.
Make haram the aspect that it is a sabab. So this is answering Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi. Imam Shafi is saying that how can you say that the zina is giving you in-laws now? So we say, look, the wati that took place, the zina here, is making this hurmate musahara from this aspect that it leads to a child. Not from the aspect that it is zina. Yes, we know it is zina, right? But the reason it is giving you that hurmate musahara is not because it is zina. Rather, it is because it could lead to a child. Therefore, it's giving you hurmate musahara, the hurmat of in-laws. You understand it now? It's like a technical point we're trying to see. He's saying, how can you take zina and make hurmate musahara? So we're saying, we're not taking zina and making hurmate musahara. We're taking the fact that it is wati which could lead to a child that is causing the hurmate musahara. That's bringing about the hurmate musahara. Right, read. Just do on two more lines. وَمَّن مَسَّتْهُ
بشهوة قدمت بنتها وبنتها. وقال الشافعي لا تحرم. Whoever touches a woman,
whoever woman touches him,
with shahwa, with desire, then
yeah, you understand it? You understand it? So we also say that just as zina makes that hurmate musahara, likewise touching with desire will make hurmate musahara also. You understand it now? Right. Imam Shafi'i says, La tuharrimu. It doesn't make haram. You understand it?
وعلى هذا الاختلاف مس امرأة بشهوة ونذره إلى فرجها ونذرها إلى ذاته عن شهوة. So based on the اختلاف then certain women
with desire.
ونذره إلى فرجها and him looking ونذرها إلى ذاته عن شهوة.
Right. So upon the same ikhtilaf now with us and Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi, just says when she touched him with desire, it calls hurmati musahara. Likewise, when he touches a woman, right? A woman who he can marry. A woman, you will mean a woman he can marry. He touched her with desire, or he looked to her farj dakhil. With desire, not farj kharij, right? Or she looked towards his zakar with desire.
له أن المس والنظرة ليس في معنى الدخول ولهذا لا يتعلق بهما فساد القول والإقرار.
Okay, come I do that for you. Imam Shafi'i is dalil. Lahu andal masa wa nazra. The touching and looking, this is not in the meaning of dukhul. One is a man makes dukhul and one is he just touches and looks, right? And therefore, if you look at it, the corruption of fast is not attached with these two things. A man touched and looked, his fast doesn't break. Well, ihrami, and the corruption of his ihram also, his ihram doesn't break also when he did touching and looking with desire. ووجوب الاغتسال ولهذا لا يتعلق بهما وجوب الاغتسال. That ghusl also doesn't become wajib with the Sharia. فلا يلحقان به. So these two things, touching and looking with desire, cannot be attached and given the same ruling as dukhul. Leave it till there. You understood that? These two things, touching and looking with desire, is not the same as dukhul, and he gave 3 examples to show it is not the same as dukhul.